All right, hey everyone. Let's get the music on. There we go. All right. Welcome to Thursday. Week's almost done. This is Helldivers Quest, Drop 5. What happened last time? It's been 2 weeks because I ended up having to take last week off the quest because of being volunteered for GMing a one-shot. That's all right though. We're here. Last time we left off with meeting up with Tango 3 at the abandoned colonial building inside the Automaton base. And the option voted for last time was to commandeer the ICBM launch facility to launch a nuke. So, let's get into it, but first, reminder that to vote, you will like the comment with the option that you want in the comments, which I'll put in after this live stream, because I can't put them in during the live stream. Also, I think I've been forgetting to mention it, but I put the text of the quest on pastebin links in the video descriptions if you ever want them for some reason. And also, I eventually plan to re-record the previous drops of Helldivers Quest just so it's updated with this new model I just got. Very pretty model. But that might not happen until after the quest concludes. I haven't decided yet if I want to do it now and potentially change formats a little bit with my scenes and stuff, or if I want to wait until after the quest concludes just so everything is on the same page. But with that preamble done, let us get into it with Helldivers Quest, Drop 5. Part 1, Aesir Pass, Storage Yards, June 11th, 2184, Operation Saving Minuteman. Quietly, you whisper and draw the lone knife Tango left on your tactical rigging. Automaton workers clang their hammer-tipped arms on the boulders outside, croaking their synthesized cadence that pierces the thin wall. Your squaddies, Sierra 2 and Tango 3, step carefully on the abandoned colonial building's floor to avoid kicking over any of the trash, debris, and forgotten items. They stop short of the only door in and out, readying their rifles as you creep up to the side of the oblong entry. Hearing the clicking and clanking of their weapons, you quickly wave for them to wait and be quiet. Then slowly push your palm against the door. Chill to damp air gusts in with the intense rays of bright, oversaturated bloodlight, striking your retinas. While trying to blink through the momentary blindness, all you can do is press yourself up against the wall and wait. Through your blurred and stinking vision, you see the dim shades of Tango and Sierra raise their weapons. Two single bangs flare out of Sierra's muzzle. A click follows them, then a furious mag dump through the ajar door panel and wall which you throw yourself away from. In shockingly few seconds, her prototype Labrator carbine has dumped its mag, which is when you notice the whining of Tango's sickle charging up. Controlled bursts of cracking golden bolts barrage the automatons outside before he stops firing, laser rifle hissing with dissipating heat. You freeze on the floor as your vision returns. No more bot cadence outside, no noises either. While you pick yourself up and draw your carbine, Sierra's boot is the first through the door. The kick knocks the ovoid panel, hinges and all, off the wall to the door outside. "They launched a flare!" she yells outside while slamming a fresh magazine into her weapon. Tango is right behind her. "No, it ain't." "Aw, hell. It's only not Rise." "Idiots! I told you to be quiet!" you yell, hauling yourself up by the crumbling wall and staring out into the local night cycle. The sun fell while you were inside, only for the nearest gas giant, which Aesir Pass orbits, to rise above the horizon. "Well, shit," Tango says, without much care. "What's bound to happen sooner or later." "Sorry, I'm sorry," Sierra squeals. Then, another light enters the reddened sky. It barely illuminates the ground, with the gas giant beaming down as a singularly baleful eye. But from your angle, you can see it against the black of space. "There's our flare. Where are we going?" Tango is scanning around, the clanking and synthesized croaks of automatons growing louder from the surrounding complex. You grab Sierra by her cybernetic arm and pull to get her moving with you. As my monitor blinks. Where was I? And pull her to get her moving with you. Already a step ahead, Tango anticipates your movements. South, over the berm. You're on point, Tango. Get us to that missile base. It is from the top of the berm that you spot the first clankers reacting to your intrusion. Through the maze that Tango snuck through, dozens of troopers charge. They are followed by the larger Devastators. They are tall frames, glinting between obstructions. None of them have proper weapons, you realize, as all the troopers run through the boulder-strewn field. Most have limbs specialized for some menial task or another. The Devastators, plodding after the smaller kin, emerge with industrial tools or carrying rigs attached. After pushing Sierra down the hill, you turn and pick off the workers. The single shots sparking out of your Liberator carbine split the cold air, and each one downs a charging trooper. A dozen shots done, you look up and see 24 more emerging from the maze, as well as other surrounding facilities. Then, the pulsing rumble of distant dropships on fast approach. You cut your losses and slide down the south slope of the berm, sprinting to catch up to Tango and Sierra as you three move east behind the long obstruction. Random aside, I got some decaf green tea for streams when I go home from work and I put some honey in it. It is goddamn delicious. That is exactly what I wanted. Alright. Part 2, Aesir Pass, Deadwoods. Twin scarlet bolts fry past your left, warming that side before smacking the dreary, gray dirt with a meaty thump. Although you have solid cover, you can't help but draw your legs up closer to your chest and dive and back against the dead tree behind you. Another shot from the Scout Strider is expected, yet does not arrive, and its clacking bipedal frame is no longer stomping closer, though its engine is rumbling idle. Clear, Sierra announces, and you lean out to see her sprinting past the empty Strider to recover her throwing knife from the dead Automaton trooper knocked off by the blade's impact. Keep moving, you order. Tango, how much farther? Oh, round about another big AO and a half. He emerges from a thicket of the planet's parasitic fungal land coral, which is topped by violent blooms that shimmer the neighboring gas giant's scarlet light. Noticing your stare, he only shrugs as you trot to catch up, Sierra already at your side again. You said that last time, she whines. He shrugs again. I didn't ask the clankers to keep passing us. You bite back the rebuttal that both of them did, and instead move past, continuing to follow your HUD's compass to the southeast. Part 3, the launch facility. Compromising with you, Sierra switches her carbine's fire selector to burst, then proceeds to hose down a dense mob of troopers with the entire mag. The effect is more efficient than if she was shooting a standard Liberator. Maybe. But at least the bursts force better fire discipline. The hail of red energy pelting the dead forest around you withers out into a light hail. You drew their attention, which Sierra now holds as she ducks behind a rigid coral reef to reload. Stepping out into a crouch, you drop the remaining 7 troopers with 7 shots. Another dropship buzzes overhead, engine nacelles puffing and flaring as it enters its approach to the east of you, where an automaton flare is listing back to the destroyed clanker that launched it. You scan the area until Sierra sprints up to your side, then go after the dropship together. Tango, they're on you! Do something! I found it! He yells back. Blundering out of the gray tree line, just as the batch of 6 Devastators drop, 2 of each type, you finally see what Tango has been up to. With rope tied around his waist and tethered to the post of a large potable water tank, he is wading out into a quagmire of muck, where a mudslide took out half the launch facility's buildings. Thankfully, the missile silo itself remains intact. God damn, that is good tea. The 2 heavy Devastators sink to their hips immediately. Trying to move closer to Tango only causes them to descend rapidly until their elbow joints become lodged within the mire. It does not stop their heavy rotary guns from firing, blasting heated glops of muck that spray the area all around till their gun mechanisms jam up. Around the heavies, 4 regular Devastators have a more successful drop. With blasters for right forearms, they draw beads on Tango. He has laid out on the surface of the quagmire, cleverly distributing his body weight on his approach to a half-sunken Helldiver corpse between him and the Automaton reinforcements. Sierra does not need instructions for this. Bursts from her carbine tap the Devastator's shoulders, forcing them to turn onto the more immediate threat. As they do, you pelt their white faceplates with your single shots. The first one's head erupts in flames as the other 3 begin volleying shots at Sierra, forcing her to dive away for the nearest tree. You continue blinking, denting the forehead of the next Devastator time after time. The armor finally ruptures, igniting the bulky head cavity within his torso with a spout of orange flame that competes with the waning scarlet gas giant approaching the horizon. The last 2 have turned to you now and open fire. A hail of red energy blasts the muck around you as you dive away for cover behind a rocky outcropping that survived the mudslide. Shards of stone fling off your cover. A loud wet slap is heard suddenly. The incoming fire lessens. Before you can think to peek out to check what happened, Tango's laser rifle whines to life, and he domes the last Devastator, reducing its white skull to slag. "Can you get my knife?" Sierra asks, fumbling a new magazine into her carbine. "Hell nah," Tango answers. "Get to the rope and pull me back. I got it." "I'm not playing the pronoun game. What is it supposed to be?" you ask while jogging around the quagmire to a crumbling ledge of concrete that has had the earth subsumed and eroded beneath it. "The launch codes. This poor bastard has them. Lucky for us he failed his mission, huh?" "Lucky," you grunt, skidding to a stop at the water tank, just as Tango finishes wrestling the tablets off the corpse's hip and left bracer. Then, just as you start pulling with Sierra's help, Tango lunges back at the corpse and uses the force of your combined effort to wrench a long, bulky tube out of the consuming muck. It releases with a loud plop, and with the swamp's suction defeated, Tango flies a few yards towards you. The last 99 Quasar cannon is thrown a little farther, landing upright by its barrel before tilting over onto the concrete ledge. "Lucky," Sierra says. "Hey, what's a pronoun?" "It's a noun that... it means other nouns, because it's better than them." Tango speaks in staggered breaths, writhing like a turtle stuck on its back until he flips over and hauls himself the rest of the way to you with the rope. At the ledge, where Sierra is wiping mud off the old support weapon, Tango forgoes her offered hand and passes the 2 tablets he recovered before mounting the ledge himself. You swipe the gray muck off the screens and press the power buttons. Thankfully, like most things issued to the Helldiver Corps, the tablets are grunt-proof and live longer than most divers. Launch codes and coordinates. A rumbling in the air stops you from considering them further. 4 dropships emerge from the western horizon, loaded with the Hulks and Devastators. Closer to you, the shrill barking of the Automaton marching cadence precedes a dazzling swarm of red lights flickering through the tree line. The dropship engines belch with orange fire as they begin their approach regime, slowing over the trees to the north. The heavily armed and armored automatons drop in the distance into the trees, knocking down dead floor in the process. They are beyond the east of the northern Clanker army, which now fills the air with grinding socialist chants. The bastards. This'll go easier if 2 of us tie them up and... This'll go easier for us. Easier if the 2 of us tie them up in the trees for as long as possible, Tango says. One of us can stay behind to get him in the missile in there. Almost that one. "Yeah, we already have the target coordinates," Sarah adds and reaches for the tablets until you yank them away. "One of us," you agree with Tango. "Do you know how to convert launch cords to the local grid?" He crosses his arms, entering deep thought for a moment. "The origin is the top left, because in the game it's top left oriented, not bottom. Top left, pretend I said top left." "Top left? If you show me how to orient the axis and put in negative chords, sure." It is time for the managed democracy ballots. Ballot 1, interdiction. You will take Sierra 2 and slow down the Automaton force approaching the launch facility, while Tango 3 handles the objective. Ballot 2. Launch. You will handle the objective, while Tango 3 takes Sierra 2 to slow down the Automaton force approaching the launch facility. And again, you can vote by liking the plan you want in the comments below. Again, Ballot 1 is you going to fight the Automatons to stall them, or Tango takes care of business at the launching the missile. Ballot 2 is you taking care of the missile, while Tango takes Sierra to slow down the Automatons. Alright, let us hear the horns. Alright, that was Helldivers Quest Drop 5. I hope you all enjoyed that. I really had fun with this one. I've had fun with all of them, but I really enjoyed this, because now I have this fancy scene and everything. And I have the text looking better up on the screen here. Just went great, I think. But that is it for today and this week. Monday, we are reading more of the Yellow King. I'm not sure which story yet. Well, yeah, I am. Because Monday I looked up which ones. I just forget the names of which ones. But the ones I said on Monday, those ones. We'll read those next Monday. Alright. Hope you all have a great Friday and weekend. Hope you enjoyed this quest. I will put in the comments once this stream ends. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe for more. The usual schedule is Monday we're reading public domain books, old horror, stuff like that. Also some classic sword and sorcery adventure. Tuesdays are video. Gotta have at least one day of video a week. Thursday is wildcard. Means catching up on reading if we didn't finish the story on Monday. Or just more video. Or world building if I have world building to do in the week. And Thursday, as you just saw, is Helldivers Quest. Or any other quest I'm running at the time. I'm thinking after this we'll continue with something else. Alright. Again, hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I will see you next week at Monday night, 1:30 a.m. Take care, everyone. That was excellently timed with the horns.